Hello, hello. Ooh, Kyle, I like the sound of that. A happy Moony Monday. Whoa! And oh my goodness, Susie, thank you so much. Subscribed for 9 months. Oh, wahoo! Thank, thank you so much. Ad-free viewing and emotes. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. And good evening, goat. And oh, hello, yummy sauce. Love the that cool cat with the glasses. Yay! Oh my gosh. Oh, Pio chill. It's 2 a.m. where you are. Go to bed. Yeah, get some sleep. Let my soothing voice lull you to sweet dreams of Wonderland, as I should know about Wonderland, considering I'm Alice. So yeah. And hello, Dan. Thank you. Yes. Oh, you see, don't say a whole pregnancy. Ah. Yes, hello. Thank you. It is my like we did it, folks. We did it. This channel is now a year old. Starting today. Oh my gosh. How did I get here? Oh man. I'll also go. I'm so glad you like the chill vibes of the art streams. My goodness. One whole year. I'm a little toddler stream. My goodness. Yo, Astrofish, hello, welcome. Yeah, 1 year. And yeah, we're gonna do an art stream. Haven't done one in a short bit, as well as like purely just sketching from scratch. Scratchy scratch, just doodling. Yeah, and just wow. Cause yesterday we celebrated by playing the first game I ever streamed, which was Sonic Advance. But today, Monday, August 21st, that is the day this time last year that I started streaming, and here I am. Oh my gosh, what a wild ride. And Pio, I actually don't know how to pronounce Pio. Yeah, Pio. I'm reading it and I'm like, this is like the fanciest French word I've ever seen. But also, yes, there will be ghost trick doodles. Nothing spoilery, just mainly just like the main character, maybe in a silly pose. I have a brain worm in my brain. A worm in my brain with like a silly idea that I'd want to doodle, so I'll probably do that. And I actually had one of my viewers requested a possible Bailey Panic Dance guy, which, hang on, does it? I want to see if this works. Please tell me. Yeah, alright. Reminder, I also have better TTTV. So many TVs installed. TTTV. So, yeah. There we go. We got the Panic Dance. And yes, doodles are a vibe. And yes, go. I also want to do a Klonoa doodle. I have some ideas in mind of what I'd like to do. So, yeah. Man, this is beautiful. Look at this man go. I'm gonna do that at my wedding. It's gonna be great. Yeah, so let's all switch on over. How are you guys? Did you have a nice Monday? Hope it was a good Monday, and let me know if the music is a little bit too loud. But sounds pretty good on my end. And let's see who's with me. Faye is actually next to me on their desk, doing some work, and I know Mochi is out there chilling. And let's see what else. Oh, Cookie is actually upstairs, not in the room, but she is upstairs, which, you know what, I'm gonna count that as a win, so that I could have Faye here looking like she's writing Cookie's head. Yeah, Pio, get some good night's sleep. Yeah, hope you enjoy the art in the morning. As always, VODs will be uploaded to my YouTube like a couple days after. So while the VODs last on Twitch, you can watch them here, or just wait when I put them up on the YouTube. Now, what do I want to start to doodle? Do I want to do... I started with Sonic. I could go ahead and do... I could, like, kill two birds with one stone, which I don't like that phrase, but, like, the Klonoa doodle involves Cream the Rabbit. So I could start off with that, or I could do, actually, the Sonic idea I had with the Ghost Trick doodle. How are y'all feeling? Oh, Dan. Monday was a bit rough for me. It was a pretty busy day and I didn't get much sleep. I think the rest of the week's gonna be much better, though. I hope so. What a week, huh? Right? But it's only Monday. But yeah, honestly, when a week starts super rough, it usually tends to be easier after. At least it can only go uphill, downhill, just smooth out, ride the rest of the week. Klonoa and Cream sounds adorable. Well, let's go ahead and do that. So I'm actually, let's see. I'll probably do Kid Klonoa with Cream for this idea that I have. Which I want to look at chat. So normally when I draw, I have I like to use my second monitor as a reference, but I need that monitor so I can look at you lovely folk and the words that you type. So I'm just gonna grab some references off of good old Google. Come on, let me see. Because these two guys. There we go. Yeah. This will be nice and cute. Ooh, Susie, we'll see if we'll do a Mario and Luigi doodle, which... Oh, man. Did y'all see the news today? After, like, over 30 years, Charles Martinet is no longer going to be Mario's voice actor. He's now instead going to be, Mario Ambassador. And I'm like, it's good. I guess it's their strategy of, like, they still have to pay him so that he doesn't voice for other people, I suppose. But, like, he will always be Mario. I'm sure it must be pretty intimidating for whoever's gonna take over Mario to kind of... How do you come off from that? He brought so much joy. I'm like, the man deserves to rest. And I'm sure he's still probably gonna go to a lot of conventions still. Yeah. See, honestly, I need to warm up first, so. An easy way for me to warm up is do a quick little sunny. Get the pen flowing. Sometimes if you don't know how to start, but you want to, like, little warm-up doodles. Get some shapes and flows going. Kind of just doing whatever. I'm just like, get out of my brain. Sonny, how are you sitting? Messy. I love being messy with this marker brush. Super quick. Dearest Kyle, the replacements will be debuting in Wonder. Oh, they're a secret until the credits. Kyle, do not say Chris Pratt. Do not. I could barely handle him in the movie. I don't need him in the games. Oh, and yeah, that is true. If it's the voice in the Super Mario Wonder trailer, it seemed pretty early. It seemed pretty good, which I'm excited for that game. I couldn't tell it was Charles, certainly. Yeah. Yeah, as long as it's not Chris Pratt. Do not summon that energy. Here, since it's a Monday and it's an evening stream, we'll do a quick Nighty as well. Yeah. Oh, but I had the honor of meeting Charles Martinet. Not this, he wasn't in this past MomoCon, but the previous year MomoCon. And my gosh, I can let you know that is genuinely the most happiest man alive. Just he loves what he does and just wants to spread joy to other people. It's just, ugh. And I sat in a couple of his panels, I took a photo with him, I have my Switches signed by him, and I have a big Luigi's Mansion 3 poster signed by him too. And he's so great. Yeah, so I have when the Switch first came out, I kind of waited a bit, and I waited for them to do the Super Mario Odyssey like Switch case, like little bundle that they have, and so my Switch case is signed by him, and the Luigi's Mansion 3 poster. There we go. Little Nighty. I could probably do a better setting, but that's okay. We're just getting early rough little doodles, but they're so cute. It me. A lot of the time when a new voice actor will take over as the voice actor of an iconic character, they'll never do an impression of the previous actor or make it their own and put their own spin on it. It is a very interesting case study. I mean, like, how many voice actors has Sonic had at this point? That's cute. Doodle. And it's like, and now with the new direction of Sonic being like older, deeper voice, that's gonna take some getting used to. And then like Sonic Prime is a different voice as well. Different voices for different needs. New Mario is John Leguizamo. So I have to be honest, it's a miracle I even know Charles Martinet's name, because I'm very bad with just names in general. 1 year, 1 fear, go. Hey. Hey, Choodles, how you doing? Happy Moony Monday. I don't know. Oh, you cooking? What are you cooking? Should we let you cook? The guy that played Luigi in the Super Mario Brothers. Oh, you mean that one? Hey, Luigi. Or, hey, Mario. It's a good thing the princess invited us. That would be, if they just, like, lean hard into New York, Brooklyn. That'd be amazing. Also, Liz, hello! Happy Moony Monday. How you doing? Scrooge McDuck. Scrooge McDuck had both of these. In the DuckTales reboot, you had David Tennant, which, by the way, I love David Tennant as Scrooge in the 2017 DuckTales, which is a very good series. His own spin on the voice, whilst in Kingdom Hearts 3 a year later, the idea there was trying to imitate his previous voice actor, Alan Young, although it sounds a little bit off. Yeah, the new one does sound spot on for Mario. Yeah, I personally really enjoyed David Tennant's take on Scrooge, because it also makes sense because Scrooge is like Scottish, and he's Scottish. I don't know accents. The reboot is very, very good. Maybe the guy that played Mario in the cartoons, he was a wrestler or something. I don't know about that. Also, Toodles, yes, I'm also biased when it comes to Tennant as Scrooge. I forget, do you also watch Good Omens? Oh, Lou Ballino is also dead? Aw. I mean, it was a very old show. I hope they had good lives. I hope they weren't jerks. That's the main thing. Don't be a jerk in life. Whole year. My gosh. And I remember I started, I'd always wanted to like stream, but I always felt like too nervous to, and I don't know what finally like, what was the inciting incident to be like, you know what? Screw it. Let's just do it. I think a main thing why I stream is that I want to have records, like recorded records of like my time like currently and experiencing games, because I love games as well as like, you know, drawings and such. But like, I don't know, it's something like look back on, and especially games where I've never played them before, like my first time real world, genuine like first time reactions to stuff. I think it's so precious and so fun. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna be like when I'm older. I want to look back and have fun times, and like even each little game now has like a specific memory to, like, oh, I remember I was playing this when that happened, and such and such. Maybe good, maybe bad. Either way, it was a time, and even with the good, there's bad, but with the bad, there's good. Like, so much has changed. Again, I'm in a new apartment, which I love so much. I'm working a job that I actually enjoy. Our dog lost a leg. Like, my goodness. Little trim ring. Yeah. At any age now where you won't look back with too much cringe. Farewell, dear leg. It had to go. And she's doing great. We're very happy. She adapted so well too. She's literally the same, just minus a leg. She can like even dig, like on blankets and such. Yeah, she really made a swift recovery. It's incredible. And I feel like I would not have had so much help with funding the surgery and such if I like hadn't been a part of wonderful communities and like even started streaming and meeting people through there. Because with all the bad in the world, there are still good people. There are a lot of good people. Just can't forget that, because if you do, then you kind of just lose all hope, and it sucks. I'm also now just realizing just how rambly my art streams are. I want to get big floppy ears. This guy should be able to fly with them. Which he does, he just flutters a little bit. I don't know why I gave him a backwards cap. Sorry, that's just like such a Sonic thing. Yeah. how did Hugh look? Oh, thank God, he's just so simple. Orb. Orb. I think I still prefer Klonoa 2 Klonoa design, but Klonoa 1, he's just a little guy. Orb. Also, hey Urchin, hello, happy Moony Monday. Also, no worries. You guys are so... Moony Monday. I need to make a nighty thing too, don't I? Or evening streams in general. It's hard for me to... Oh. But for art streams, I start in the evening and end in evening. We'll see. I have plans for Paintinger. Oh yes, you're writing Cookie. I'm not sure if chat can actually hear you. But Faye was saying hi and was also remarking, oh my gosh, you're saying Moony Monday. You guys are super polite. I really appreciate y'all being like, oh my gosh, I'm here. Oh, hey, sorry, I'm late and stuff. Like, it's all good. It's cuter. It ain't Monday, it's Tuesday. Oh gosh. It's even more wrong on my side. Wow. Sometimes you just fall down the stairs with the drawing and have to start over. It's okay. What's it like in the future, Urchin? Brit joke. Yeah. late, sorry. Go back, go man. Nah, but I really appreciate it. Like, the fact that y'all, like, want to just, like, come in, pop in, say hello, chill, and stuff. Oh no, we're late for Sunny school. Oh no. I'm the cool kind of Sunday school where we play games. Next time I'll just have to come in going, yeah, I'm here. You're welcome. Flicks that lit up. Very nice. So smooth. The future's too bloody warm, Sunny. I'm sorry. I can't help it if your, like, ozone is ruined. Probably should have thought. What? Yeah, what's my name? Ozone. Oh my gosh. Wow, how do I draw? Oh, Yuna, hello! Thank you so much. Yeah, 1 year Twitch anniversary. I'm still here, baby. How are you doing? It is a ride. I am so happy. I'm the kind of person that likes structure in my life. Like, I can be flexible every now and again, but, like, I don't know. I like knowing kind of what's happening a bit in the future. So it's like, oh, well, I know I'm going to be streaming on Sunday for sure. And I don't like really going out on Sundays and being here to stream on a Sunday. Like, it just works out. It just works out for me. And I like the routine of it. very useful for me. Ooh, Mina, doing well? Having fun playing Pikmin 4. I've been hearing a lot of good things about Pikmin 4. I really enjoyed playing Pikmin 3. So I'm really happy to hear that Pikmin 4, like, rules. We all love Ochi. I'm also just glad they brought back Pikmin. Any special guests planned for today? Me, myself, and I. and doing art. Yeah, I was potentially gonna do some collabs, but life happened, so things change. But that's okay. I've learned a lot in the year, but I'm by no means like a gigantic streamer and like iron out all the kinks or whatnot. It's like, you know what I always say, live and learn. And I have a lot to learn. And you never stop learning. And that's kind of what's so exciting about life. But I've certainly come a long way, and I have plans for things that I'd like to add to stream or change and such. We'll see in the future. I think a big thing is that I really want to figure out how Faye and I can be in the same room doing some co-op, but not like have like double audio. We'll figure something out. Yeah. The LGBT community has forgiven Moss from Pikmin 4. I don't know who Moss is. I thought you were talking about that cute little VR mouse game. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Liz. Liz 100%ed Pikmin 4 in a week. Which I know you love Pikmin. You're actually the one that introduced Pikmin to me. And I was very scared at first, but like Pikmin 3 was my introductory Pikmin game, and really, just really solid. Like there's still that time limit thing, which always stresses me out. But like it's manageable in a way. I feel like maybe I can handle time limits a little bit better than I thought I could, but it's still a bit anxiety-inducing. But I don't know, Pikmin, they give you enough time to achieve your goals, and that's like the big thing. Yeah, go. That's the main plan. I want to show Faye Portal 2 co-op, because I love the story campaign for that one. Wait, what? Moss the green... Wait, the green dog? Oh no, he has homophobia in his eyes? No! Also, Slayer, oh, thank you so much. Thank you for the year anniversary cheer. Thanks, mate. Hope you out there slaying. Can't believe there's a homophobic dog in Pikmin. Who let that happen? Wait, Pikmin 3 was extremely good. Pikmin 4 doesn't have the stressful time limits like the earlier ones. Yeah, which they're making the games. I feel like with the modern games, they're making it more and more accessible to people of all skill levels. Yeah, this is okay, and what I'm doodling right now, this is literally the idea I had when I first started playing Klonoa, because I'm like, big floppy ear friends. Yeah. Because like I think another big thing about Pikmin 4 is that they changed the night system too. Like you can go out at night. It's still like hella dangerous, but like you can do it. When I remember like, no, you gotta do what you gotta do before dark or you gotta die. And that way that explains Olimar's special in Smash. Friends. Moss always squints and she looks like the homophobic dog. Oh, that dog that's like, I know what you are. Oh my gosh, phones are funny. Hey, Weedy. Hello, hello. Well, you're in the future, which I'm guessing is a Tuesday morning. For me, it's a Monday night or a Moony Monday. And this is my actual streamer anniversary. So I wanted to celebrate with some art and doodling some characters from the games I've played in the past. Which, oh man, playing Sonic Advance 2 and 3, I loved playing as Cream so much. She's such a great addition to the Sonic cast. She's so cute! Yeah, Slayer. Okay, I have noticed that too. Her ears are so backwards, but I'm also, like, in my head, she is perfectly capable of pushing them forward, which giant ear Cream jump scare moment. Oh my gosh. This is why her ears are always down. She's gonna grow up to have big ol' ears. Oh, Liz doesn't like Olimar as much as other Pikmin protagonists. I wish she could play as the actual Pikmin in Smash. Well, at this point, they should change it to... I do like the fact in Pikmin 4 you can make your own little guy. That's who you should play as in Smash. Oh my gosh, Urchin, yes. Tangle would be a great addition to it. Oh wait, you're talking about the prototype. Oh, which one was that? I think I know what you're talking about. Cream is one of those domesticated rabbits bred to have pink floppy ears that get in the way. Yeah. At least she managed to overcome, you know, them being a hindrance, and, like, she literally flies with them. Oh my gosh. Friend! Oh my goodness! Leslie Flashstick, hello! 9 months, streamer anniversary! Give me some panic dancing! Hello, yes, thank you! Happy streamiversary! Thank you so much, friend! Ah. How you doing? Weedy, you're right, Cream does rotate them for sideways power to flight. Also, Dan, that is extremely true. Sometimes when it comes to drawing, you have to go with what looks good rather than what makes sense. The rule of cool. Wait, Kyle, did you literally just got the cream cheese pun like 2 days ago. Hello, welcome to the Sonic fandom. How are you doing? Alright, let's check out this Tingle prototype design. Oh, yes! Yes, I do remember this. I do remember this very much. Hang on. This is extremely good and important. I forgot Tingle was originally going to be a bunny. So instead of her lemur like tail, it would be like her ears, and like look at her just grabbing Sonic and then just yeet. I love, like, this is a very cool idea too, like you use them to punch. This is a very, very solid character. I love that. But in the end, I'm so thankful we have Tangled the lemur. She is fantastic. Couldn't have her any other way. Oh, Leslie, so the bunny on the right here is Cream the rabbit, and her little chow buddy, his name is Cheese, and together they're cream cheese. Cream cheese. And her mom's name is Vanilla. So together they're vanilla cream. It mind blown. I love me silly pun names like that. Extremely good. There we go. Got some little floppy eared friends. What do you think, honey? Yeah? Same hat. Except same ears? Same ears. Down ears. Giant ears that they use to fly extremely short distances. Although Cream actually flies a lot.
Flies around like a bird. Are you kidding?
Yeah, Cream flies way better than Klonoa does. Oh yeah, she is more aerodynamic. Oh yeah, there is a Mario 64 mod where you can play as Cream the Rabbit. They gave her a Klonoa costume? That is so cute. Yeah. Oh, you gotta go back later? Okay. Okay. Faye has fluttered off. I'll probably be back later, though. Yeah, she can also lift with those ears, too. Yeah, her muscles are all in the ears, just like the prototype Tangle. Yay! Oh, hi, Penny. Hello, happy Moony Monday. If Cream had a Sega hat, would it have... Oh. No! Oh, yes, Faye is the frog because they love frogs ever so much. You're just gonna ask about, like, why is there, like, oh, a floating frog? Nope, that's what I used to represent when Faye's in the same room as me, and if you hear another voice, you're not crazy. Okay, maybe a little bit you are, but it's Faye. Coming and going. Alrighty. Friends.
Long time no see.
A lot of art. A lot of art. Hello, happy Moony Monday. Long time no see indeed. Hope you're doing well. Yeah. Yeah, that you are crazy, but that is another story for another day. Alrighty. Just gonna label this. I tend to make a lot of layers and folders, and then I organize the folders, but then I go back and rename them anyway. There we go. Let's see. Oh, Sunny and Nighty. Nope. Yeah, Faye is not a psychosis of yours. No, you're fine. I'm not crazy, you're crazy. Also, Alada, I love that. I love that little emoji of the little guy waving. It looks so cozy, and that is a gigantic mood. Ooh, oh, Weedy, you do the extra mile where you actually color code your layers, which honestly, I should probably do that too. I don't know, I just tend to like keep them like, oh, here's my one big folder. I drop down. This tends to be like the reference folder, which I always say ref, and then other doodles. I'll do like a folder full of doodles, and then if I want to clean up later or just have it organized, I just kind of separate them out into different folders, and even the BG background tends to be different. Yeah. And I tend to have like a dump folder as well. Where I'm like, sometimes you start a drawing and like, these shapes just are not working. But like, I'm too lazy to just delete it. Sometimes I delete it, and then there are times I'm just like, go in the pile. Yeah, yes, Leslie. They are very good people who I've met in person now, so I believe they're real and not just you with the voice changer to throw us off. No, I'm not that clever. Or am I? Who said that? Still forgets which layer's the doodle layer. The worst is when you're inking and you're inking on the pencil or sketch layer, which you can always come back from. There are ways to fix that, but it's still annoying. You're just like, wrong layer, crunk. Ugh. Oh, yes, and if you're in post-production, definitely name your layers. Alright, so we got to the gigantic mood. Alright, let's see. For the next thing that I want to skedoodle, let me indulge. I want to indulge in something here. I want to do something daring, which I'm pretty sure someone has already, like, done this, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm gonna combine stuff. Thank you, Google. Why do we even have that layer? I know, right? It's about time I do the famous Sonic pose, but oh boy. I'm gonna translate it with this lanky guy. Which, by the way, there is a latent adventure emote. You still do ref layers, but now my teacher has sent me to use pure ref. What do you mean? What do you mean by that, pure ref? Kind of like, do you mean like drawing traditionally or digitally? Has anyone tried to do the Sonic pose like IRL? Have you ever like just done it and felt like the silliest ever, but also like, okay, maybe a little bit cool, but also ow my bones. It's the whole reason you're doing yoga. You know what? That's okay. One, yoga is very fun and good. I personally find it really relaxing. But also, yeah, we all do yoga so we can do the Sonic Adventure pose. Goat, you tried? Oh, a lot of when no one's looking? Yeah. I'm pretty sure I've done it as well. Or maybe the whatchamacallit, the Adventure 2. That one seems a little bit more doable. Oh, Weedy, Pure Ref is a program specifically for holding ref. Oh, I actually have never heard of that. Is it good? Bend your right arm under your left leg and you just point like, hey. Incredible. Hang on, I have to see. I have to see if this works. Yeah, it does. Yeah, there's the latent version. Heck yeah. Mouse, come back here. Where are you? There you are. lanky. The real miracle of Ghost Trick is how they made me care about so many lanky characters. Everyone is so shaped in that game. Extremely good. No spoilers, but y'all gotta play it. It's good. Still, like, Faye asked me a lot of questions during my game anniversary stream yesterday. One of them being, like, what was my favorite to stream, as well as, like, what my favorite stream was. And both of them are held by Ghost Trick. And the finale, my gigantic 7-hour stream. Loved it. No regrets whatsoever. Good time. Oh, you can lock the canvas on top of the overlay and move around the canvas, though it's $11. Huh. Well, I imagine it's like a small company. No, not everything can be free, even though maybe should. What's a moment you remember while watching Sunny streams? I remember that time where I missed the Egg Dragoon fight because I fell asleep right before. Oh no, Urchin! And you love the Egg Dragoon so much. I hope you went back and watched the VOD at least. Which I have a lot of good memories of the Sonic Unleashed. Which, oh man, okay, reflecting time. Which also, oh, before I get into that, Weedy says, you're using it as an alternative for using Spotlight and ZBrush, but we ended up using Spotlight anyways. Ah, I see. Also, hey Clay! What is up? Happy Moony Monday, yes! Doing the Sonic Adventure pose. Or, I guess, should I say, Ghost Sissel Adventure. It's such a ridiculous pose, but it's also so cool and goofy, but also cool. Just move your limbs in impossible ways. But yeah, hope you're doing well. I was just saying, like, I have a lot of great memories, and oh man, some of them are also just a lot of great big oofs. Of just like, I remember I thought I could, like, do the 360 version of that game, but I didn't realize, I didn't research enough, which actually, you know, if you're gonna start streaming and things, a thing that has helped me a lot is, one, testing my audio and making sure the game actually runs like a day or two before my actual stream. Just, you know, give yourself enough time to actually test it. And then, and like record yourself and listen to yourself back and such. Make sure things are good before you get into it. And so, but I didn't do that for Unleashed, and so it kept freezing at that one spot, and that sucked, but I still wanted to play it. And so then I was just like, you know what? Well, like, I grew up playing the Wii version of Unleashed, so what if I just revisit Unleashed? And we did, and that's where I, like, Go and their crew came and raided, and now they're wonderful regulars here, which very much appreciated. Shout outs and love. And yeah, the Egg Dragoon. Oh man, I love werewolves, including werehogs. No idea is too silly. I still have my complaints with, like, gameplay wise, but yeah. Have fun. Also, yes, Astrofish. Is that Sissel from Ghost Trick? Sissel Ghost Trick? Which, like, they don't have last names. I love that thing where you say the first name of a character from a video game, and then their last name is just the video game, so, like, Sans Undertale. guy. Cool guy with, I want to say prescription sunglasses. And yes, I love me good tasty angles. Sonic Unbox, which honestly they should just, if they remade like Sonic Colors Ultimate, which we know how that went, I still want them to remaster or at least port like the Unleashed that has all the levels, because as playable as Unleashed is, like as a kid when I realized like wait, there was a level where you run around in like New York. What? You don't even get that on the Wii version, just because the Wii version is just not that strong. I wonder how they decide what games get remade and what like don't. Yeah, Empire City. Yeah, hyperfixations be like, ugh. Oh yeah, the PS2 version was the same? I thought 360 and... Oh yeah, PS2 and 360 had Empire City. Which, wait, that's a location in Steven Universe. I think? Amazing. Look at this guy. Oh my god. Hello, Pira. Hello, happy Moony Monday. How you doing? Yeah, you stuck in at the perfect time where I just did Sissel parody of the Sonic pose. It was very fun. Yeah. We have fun here. I love being silly and goofy. And that's another thing, if you're streaming, you kind of, like, don't be afraid to be silly and goofy. I have really been, like, my authentic, like, silly self. I do have, like, a little bit of, like, oh, okay, well, I'm hosting, and I want to make sure everyone has a good time. But I am just, like, genuinely partaking in things that I'm interested in enjoying and want to share and want to have records of and record. Yeah. Have fun. Don't let that child part of you die. Yes, you have to be an adult and pay taxes and stuff. You gotta do those responsibilities and bills. That don't mean you can't have fun and be silly. Kill the part of you that cringes. And there are things that are still, like, cringy. But there's, like, a difference. Like, oh, if you're, like, bullying someone, bullying a kid or something like that, okay, that is cringe. But if you're just being a silly little guy and drawing a Sissel ghost trick in the Sonic Adventure pose, that's not cringe. Cringe, but I'm free. I honestly might want to clean this up later. This is a very nice drawing. Yeah, partake in the tomfoolery. Oh, I love how that came out. Aw, Pierre, you miss streaming Thumb Flammery. Keep saying I want to bite the bullet and get back into it, and I still want to someday. You gotta do what you need to do in life first, and then if you have the time, like, go for it. Which, like, yeah, again, like, Sundays, like, weekends, I generally want to keep to myself. And Sundays, I know I want to be, like, at home so that I'm more ready to start work on Monday. Rather than, like, oh, man, I went on a big adventure and I'm so exhausted, but I can't rest because I have to go to, like, Monday, work, job, life. Blah. And then with like sometimes I'm able to do like these streams like here after work, and other times like, man, you need a break. So finding the time to do like have a stream, because it's still fun. It's still a little bit of like a work, like a little bit of stress, have a little bit of performance anxiety and such. But once you get into it, whoa! But you have to take care of like your time first. And I am super rambly right now. Mr. Grick, Ghost Trick. It's the Mr. Grick. Oh, incredible. Oh, Urchin says, I just remember there's only one up to PS2 Wii Unleashed Egg Dragoon. Eggman says, you little. But the second one sounds far more sinister. That is my one Dragoon fact. Nah, Urchin. I love that you love the Dragoon so much. Urchin, thank you for Wooter and a stretch. I will do that right now. Hang on. Which also hydrate yourself too. Oh yeah. You want to get back into drawing, but V Rising has taken hold again. Killed Wilfred the werewolf chief. Oh my gosh. Guess he had it coming. I don't know anything about this game. But yeah, sometimes you want to draw and sometimes you don't. And even sometimes if I do plan that I'll do like an art stream or something, it can be a little bit hard. But I like to stick to it. Awoos and V Rising, I like that. Love me a good awoo. I've mentioned in the past though, just like you gotta listen to your body. So like if you want to draw, but like your body is like, nah. Then you kind of like examine like why that is. Do you like generally do not want to? Or is your body just like so tired? If you're like tired, don't force it. Hang on, I'm looking for something right now. Gonna do another one. FLUDD. It's a little FLUDD. The world's tiniest. Yeah. I have played a lot of games over the years, and in this streamer years, it is satisfying as a Sunshine Sunny to have finally played Super Mario Sunshine. And I think my greatest achievement was surviving that darn pachinko machine. I think my favorite moment from that game is getting stuck on that one like little pin, and Mario's just going like, And also apparently did the Sandbird first try, but also I wasn't doing like the hard stuff of like getting all the blue coins and things like that. Nah. Sometimes you just vibe on a giant sandbird. Hey games really do make you do very weird and wild things, don't they? Ooh. Weedy, I don't know what that is. DSTXCOTL. That's a bunch of letters. But an update dropped, so I'm glad that makes you happy. And Kyle says getting all the shines in the game isn't worth it. I mean, if you grew up with it... Again, I was a Nintendo kid, but I still missed a lot of, like, actual Nintendo, like, Mario games, for whatever reason. That it was... Like, I know a lot of people grew up with Super Mario Sunshine, and so a lot of them... Susie! Can, like, just have the tradition of, like, I'm just gonna beat it every year and 100% it. I've certainly got games like that. Yeah. Oh, Don't Starve Together and Cult of the Lamb. Oh, very nice. Also, Nui! Hello! How are you doing? Happy Money Monday! Money Monday. Moony Monday. Oh yes, Mario's little idol just like falling asleep like spaghetti, ravioli. Yeah, we talked about a little bit of the Mario news. I'm really happy that it seems like Martinet can like easily have a nice retirement, but he's an ambassador, so he's still, I guess, still working and still getting paid. I'm assuming, just so that he doesn't do the Mario voice for other people, I'm sure. But yeah. Honestly, like, it was a long time coming when you think about it. 30 years, there's going to be a time of just like, well, I guess this is it. No more of this guy doing... the Mario. Why am I drawing him in a sassy pose? Money Monday. Welcome to my capitalistic hellscape stream. Yeah, he deserves it. He needs a break. You find it off-putting as well, considering that he voices half the little cast. Yeah, okay. Oh my god, that's right, because you think, oh, he's Mario, but no, he's Mario and Luigi and Wario and Waluigi. Oh gosh. Oh, they gotta get someone good. I love Luigi so much. Yeah, I wonder what they're gonna do. I figured Martinet needed to rest and let the next actors take his place, but still present in the wonders of Mario. Yeah, because, like, again, I've met him in the past. He is the most delightful human being you will ever meet in your life. Truly the happiest man. Who, like, he knows that he was very fortunate and very blessed, very lucky to have, like, gotten this role, because he technically crashed the audition. And then from there, he just became, well, he's Mario. He's just, but he's so, like, he's, like, humble about it and such. Just, like, good vibes, and he had really good advice, too, of just, like, hey, he really lives by the fact of, like, never, like, I never do, like, mean humor. I don't, like, make fun of other people or, like, try to take others, like, roles or stuff. Because, like, he had this story, I remember sitting in one of his panels, he had this story where it was, like, his friend's birthday, and they were, like, doing a small mini roast like the other friends, and he saw that the friend whose birthday it was, like, shrinking, like, in his seat more and more, and he just, like, lost his voice, and, like, Charles saw that, and he's like, never Never do that to someone, you know? He only wants to spread kindness and joy. Nui says, I felt they would have reused his clips like they have been with Galaxies until the Switch era Smash. Yeah, but who knows what they plan? I mean, like, it's a lot of like, wow, yahoo! Thank you so much for playing my game and stuff. But like, I guess they have to record some lines. I have no idea what I'm doing with this. Yeah. Also, yeah, Puri, I really cherish the fact that I got to meet the Mario Man. I also I can't share it due to legal reasons, but I do have like a recording with him, like doing the voice for me, and it's so precious. I love it so much. Is Mario RPG voice? I'd imagine it would just be more like the papa. And yeah, those kind of voice acting jobs are tough to get. Tom Kenny had to quit being on a TV show to do the audition for SpongeBob. Wow. And you know, we all know how that turned out. And his voice has evolved over time as well, but I can't like imagine SpongeBob voiced by anyone else. You never know when someone's gonna be the next big, like, iconic character. Luigi thinks someone else is just gonna feel so wrong. Again, I think it depends. I think it depends on who they get. So I hope they don't replace him with Pratt. Also, yeah, we also mentioned that. No, do not say Pratt. There is no way in heck. No way. I'm pretty sure he's tied to only the movie verse. Which I'm sure, I actually don't know if it's like confirmed or not, but I really hope that, if they do a Mario movie 2, that we get more Luigi focused, because Luigi was great, but he was also not in the movie very much due to being a captive audience. Mario, do you want to get Yoshi fruit and then play the water is lava because Yoshi can't swim for some reason? No, I do not want that, FLUDD. Not one bit. You ever stop to look at FLUDD and realize just how weird she is? Oh, that's just like his little belt connector. Yeah, Pratt is too expensive for games within non-Hollywood budget. Yeah. You would hope, but remember, the Sonic franchise did the same thing with its old voice actors when Sonic X made its debut. Well, I feel like Sonic is like a whole other can of worms in terms of like which voice actors they have, and again, which is it game or is it TV show? Is it movie? It honestly took me a bit to get used to movie Sonic's voice, but I'm really glad that they had Colleen for movie Tails, and Idris Elba was a fantastic Knuckles. Which, look at the time. It's time to daydream about a day closer to potentially seeing a Sonic Movie 3 trailer. A little Mario. A little Mario and a little FLUDD. Actually, this foot is bothering me. Chop it off. There we go. So getting Mike Pollock for Eggman, however, was the greatest choice Sega has ever made. Mike Pollock does a fantastic Eggman. Although, I gotta say, I honestly do really like the cast that they have for Sonic Prime, and I know that Eggman isn't Mike Pollock. He has Pollock's blessing, but I think he's a pretty good Eggman. But yeah, it's also hard for me to not hear Pollock as Eggman, especially in the games. And of course, Jim Carrey as Robotnik. So dang good. I really wonder if Stone is gonna take over, which I did not expect to love Stone so much. Agent Stone is so good. I can just imagine someone trying to sneak up on Mario and then getting a face full of water. Yeah. Yeah, you just squirt like sploosh. Sploosh. Pat appears in cheap budget sitcoms even after his Marvel movie roles. Well, I mean, he was already in Parks and Rec for like a really long time. In fact, they even like explain away why he like lost a bunch of weight after like one season of Parks and Rec because he had gone to do Guardians of the Galaxy. Mario wearing FLUDD. FLUDD. Have not watched Prime since it's Netflix exclusive. Same with JoJo Part 6. Yeah. Oh, that's another thing. Sometimes, things being locked behind a paywall. Not sometimes. It does just suck. I get it for business purposes or whatever, but I do genuinely enjoy Sonic Prime. Season 1 was really fun. The first episode of Season 2 has a lot of shadow, so you know I love that very much. And then the rest of the season is like, I gotta be honest, kind of like, I'm excited for Season 3. They have a good setup for that. There's FLUDD. Mario. It's weird that Mario and Sonic are both from Parks and Rec. You're right. You're absolutely right, which actually, movie Sonic's actor in Parks and Rec is really, really funny. He's one of my favorite, like, most annoying, like, character. But he's really funny. And he actually does an ode to that in Sonic Movie 2, where he's like, the West! Like, that's a Parks and Rec reference, and so I was like, haha! I understood that reference. Sweet baby blood. Yeah, Susie, this one's for you. Woo! Isn't that right, Agent Stone? Rock reconnaissance. Oh, I love Sonic movie 2 especially, very much. I can only imagine what they plan for Sonic Movie 3. Whoa. Crash Bandicoot played by Nick Offerman. Let's go. just the complete opposite of Crash Bandicoot had like the most you see, I'm gonna get these fruit spinning around. The government is stupid, so I will fight against it. Like, there you go. Just be Ron Swanson, but he's a bandicoot in shorts. Oh my gosh, yes, and the don't be suspicious, 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 don't be suspicious. Which there should be a Sonic parody of that. Oh my gosh, King K. Rool in the Donkey Kong movie voiced by Danny DeVito, which, okay, can I say, I feel like Cranky Kong probably should have been Danny DeVito? I don't know. I feel like they could have gone, like, the guy they had was fine, but I feel like it could have been crankier and older, you know? The old guy spirit. Let's see. There was... Oh, yes. There was another quest I had, which... Actually, funny enough, I don't know if y'all are ever interested in the future, but I've actually never played a Crash Bandicoot game. I'm not Crash, actually. I'm Agent Powers investigating suspicious multiverse shenanigans. Oh, wait, no, Susie, you're right. DeVito, Danny DeVito is Wario. Yes. That'd be so funny. Who would be Waluigi? It's just Danny DeVito again, but stretched. Oh my gosh. Weedy, it would be hilarious if there was an alternate timeline of Resident Evil where it's comedic series like Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Yes. Just do the I want it that way. Apply the characters to that. Let's see, I am... Hang on, I'm just looking up some reference. Da-da-da-da. They're not super nice to the player. Because I think that's the thing, they like run at the camera, right? Which I always find those levels a bit like disorienting for me. Wait, Clay's Agent Powers from Gravity Falls who tried to arrest Grunkle Stan. Oh, Nui. Cranky Kong would be J.K. Simmons. That would be very fun. I love that guy. Haven't played Crash in a hot minute. I have some... My friend gave me some copies of, like, some Crash games on Switch, which I know is, like, the crustier version, but, like, I could probably play it, because I don't really want to buy it. Oh, Urshan, for real? You were watching Gravity Falls before this? I gotta rewatch it. I love that series so much. And, fun fact, Sunny would not have existed if it wasn't for Gravity Falls. I wonder if you guys can guess. Oh yeah, no. I don't really plan to 100% most games. It's too much. Unless I really, really like the game. Like, I actually 100% in Ghost Trick. It's not that difficult, but, you know. And I'm trying to... Where's this reference here? Ooh, does this have it? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Alright, I got what my next thing is going to be. Hang on just a mo. Going back to some more Ghost Trick. Yeah. Crash is a murder to complete? I imagine. Yeah. Running a camera, absurd distances between checkpoints. The first game ramps up to difficult very fast. Ugh. Oh, is the Switch port is like $10? Well, I got it for $0, so there you go. Weedy, that would be super fun though. Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Resident Evil. Yeah. Mabel fan? I love Mabel. Dipper and Mabel are so very fun. Oh, Pyrrha, you remember the ancient Sunny lore? Yeah. Fun fact. this charming little Sunny guy would not have come to existence fully if it wasn't for Bill Cipher. Which funny enough, Sunny as a separate character, like not my Sona, has like their own little story and it has like a human version. And I don't know if any of you have like seen my like Bill Cipher animations of like human Bill Cipher. That design I then changed and morphed it into like human Sunny. And so Bill Cipher and Sunny are like connected in that way. You never know where you're gonna get inspiration.
I am the ultimate life.
Let's see, I got a request to do the wonderful whoa, Diabo. Hello, thank you so much for the follow. You are the ultimate life form. Thank you. Hope you're doing well. Yeah. Hello, hello. Whoa, wait, Weedy, you 100%ed Subnautica? Dang. Yes, Mabel is so darn good. Speaking of J.K. Simmons, I never knew until I actually paid attention to the credits that he voiced Ford in Gravity Falls. Yeah, J.K. Simmons is Ford in Gravity Falls. He's also Cave Johnson in Portal 2. He's great in Portal 2. He's just a very, very good voice. Like I mentioned before, I'm very bad with like names, especially celebrity names, but my gosh. The man. If I like, as long as I hear a name enough, I can generally like pick it up. So like J.K. Simmons is one of those names. Oh, I read your name correctly first try. Let's go. Hello. Oh, Subnautica's not that hard? I always thought it was hard, but I guess maybe Ocean just scares me. I don't know if I'm gonna do this pose. I've never drawn Bailey before, so I'm just like... Oh wait, no, I want to do this one. Get out of here. Look at that, look at that. Wait, what? Wait, J.K. Simmons was the yellow M&M for a long time too? No, you're kidding me. No way, that can't be real. Ooh, a shadow doodle later? Okay, Susie, you'll have to remind me, maybe after Bailey. Yeah, if I doodle shadow, maybe that'll manifest the trailer. Please. And yes, shadow is my favorite Xanic. I'm not as, like, familiar with Dark Meta Knight, actually, but Meta Knight in general is my favorite Corb, my little Kirby orb. Ooh, Weedy, definitely do a Z-sculpt of your D&D Bard Shifter. Also, Weedy, I'm not sure if I'm sub-mechaphobic. Maybe? I just know I like snorkeling and swimming in the ocean, but like there was actually a time I was on a trip, we were snorkeling, and I actually got to see I got to chase some pygmy whales as they were like swimming out into sea. But like the ocean was so deep and vast, you didn't even see like sand or anything. It was just that deep. When it's just like a big abyss of blue gradient, like it's spooky. So maybe I am. I don't know. I don't know, just like the ocean is scary. There's a lot of stuff we don't know. What goes on down in there? Oh. Yeah, it was a long time ago. I was like a tween. Also, yeah, Urchin, the JK Lemon rant in Portal 2, iconic. Portal 2 is so dang good. That's a game I look forward to streaming in the future. I do this thing where I draw proportions like way too big. this is why I digitally draw. I tend to draw more with like the head first, but sometimes if I know I'm doing like a full body piece, I try to get like the body first. And then like tweak it from there. And again, these are just super messy doodles. Oh, this guy groove. Exterminated. There's that game, I think, called Dredge, I think. I was honestly actually a little bit interested in playing that. I don't think anytime soon. I think that's part of why I've been so nervous about sharing, like, oh, this is how I like sketch, messy sketch at first. Because like when I do an initial sketch, they're so messy and blocky, and it's like, oh no, I'm like sketching and drawing everything wrong. Didn't I go to art school and stuff? And it's like, so I had like a little bit of anxiety about like showing my drawing process in that sense. Like inking is one thing. I'm super comfortable inking. But like to get from messy to like finished is like, ah. But also we all have a different way of like approaching things. And there's no shame. Everyone uses tips and tricks to do what they need to do to get to the finished product. So I've been trying not to be too hard on myself on there. And I don't know, maybe it's educational for you guys. Maybe I make you feel better about yourselves, I don't know. But that is just like the thing when you stream. You're putting yourself out there. So again. Don't hold yourself back. Don't be afraid to be a little silly. Yeah, this is super rough. I'm gonna go and like do like a tighter one after this. It's kind of just to get the general like position and motion shows. But yeah, like look at this. Now the legs are too small and I thought they were gigantic. Boy's been eating his vitamins. So he's a tool man, it's fine. Alright, hang on, let me catch up on chat. What do y'all have to say? Yeah, the ocean, we don't know a lot about our ocean. You feel safer in a spaceship than a submarine. Yeah, because like with the submarine, you gotta know it's good, and they iron out the spaceships as much as they can. Yeah, the horror from 3 months ago. Yeah, that was just irresponsible, is what that was. Yeah, and deep water is honestly, it's cool, but it's really unsettling. Oh yeah, go whoever designed the gold medal challenges in Portal 1, evil. I didn't 100% that. I don't think I 100% in Portal 2. Maybe I did, but like, I love Portal 2 so much. Yeah, Susie, messy sketch phase. Me sharing the sketchiest sketch to a client. Honestly, I'm just like, here. This is me with my mouse. Look at me groove. Show this to a client, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of us are artists here. Yeah, you do first sketch, then 1 or 2 refined sketch before inking. We all have to adjust the proportions. I'm gonna keep this little guy. Oh, Penny, thank you. I think my sketches are relatively clean. Thank you. I always like, no, they're super blah, blah. Especially like this pose especially, the panic one, I've been kind of struggling a bit, but also enjoying the challenge. Ooh, Pira, you did some sketches of your own self again for the first time in a few months. Just been doing full render things in freelance a while. And they were so crusty. But at the same time, makes for being able to get them done quicker. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to do. Like, you don't want your sketches to be perfect. They're messy for a reason. These are all just little silly some lines out. Honestly, the Klonoa and Cream and the Sissel one are probably the cleanest ones right now. Okay. Oh, well, actually, don't worry, I got ahead. Hello. Extremely good. Ooh, Urchin, you take a submarine over a spaceship any day? You don't like flying? That's fair. I think I flew, like, my family, we traveled a lot for, like, family vacations and visiting families so much that I kind of got desensitized to planes, so now I don't have a fear of planes. In fact, as a kid, I thought that the compartment that you are in as a passenger is, like, on the backpack of a dragon that would then fly you across the country. And they would make sure that you get there safe because they're a good dragon. Oh, Val. Also, hello. Happy Moony Monday. Hope you've been enjoying the vibe. Yeah, I remember playing Portal 2 for Val. I probably did 100% it. Ooh, Weedy. I do love the web pics of space. Space is so good. Oh, and Pira, you 100%ed Pikmin 4 as well? Nice. You haven't done that since, like, Spyro 3? Dang. Which, when it comes to the Spyro Reignited trilogy, I actually go and 100% those, like, to the max. Yeah, get back here, mouse. Alright, honestly, so I do want to tidy up. You stay there, friend. This one, let's tighten this guy a little bit. He's like, nuh-uh. Nuh-uh, I'm so fab. Yeah. He's beautiful, Your Honor. Thank you so much. Ooh, Dia. Today I finished my first digital drawing in a long while. I got hit by an art block and unlearned how to draw somehow. Oh, no, I'm sorry that happened. An art block sucks. And you learned again and somehow acquired new art skills they didn't know I had. Oh, well, that's awesome. Honestly, art, the artist always fears art block, but sometimes art block is a way to give yourself a mental break so that you come back stronger. Just because, like, I think a lot of times, especially for artists on the internet, there's very much, like, a pressure of just like, oh my gosh, if I don't stop drawing, I will die. I will no longer be relevant or something. And it's like, oh, thank you for lurking, Sue. Yeah, you take care. Get some lurking. But, like, that's too much pressure, and honestly, like, there's always, like, that, like, oh, you should try to draw every day. No, you should rest. Your body needs to rest. If you're drawing, like, every single day, you're gonna get to some burnout, potentially. Just because, like, the pressure of, like, oh no, I didn't draw today. I would feel so guilty if I, like, skipped a day. And now sometimes I go, like, weeks or even, like, there was a time where even several months. And, look at me. I'm literally doing an art stream right now. Drawing some fun, silly guys. And sometimes I have, like, an art break. And I'm like, oh, I don't know if I'll remember how to draw. And then Faye comes to me like, you know how to draw. It's fine. And then I'm like, but do I? Yes, you do. It's just, it's okay to take breaks. You don't need to feel guilty for taking a break. Like, the more you draw, I guess, the more practice you're getting. But again, you want to spend time living your life too, and observing the world around you. Get some experience. You know, I used to be that person, like, oh, drawing every day. Ah. But hang on, am I just randomly? Yeah, and when you're learning, drawing almost every day is great. But again, you don't need to put that, like, severe pressure on you. Unless it's, like, for work and stuff, that's a whole other different story. Again, just listen to your body. And your mind, like, what do you want? Just don't beat yourself up if you skip a day, you know? Or months, or even years. Yeah, Penny, that's a really good note. As long as you're paying attention to your surroundings, you're still adding to your art toolbox. Because you come back to drawing refreshed after a break. And Dia spent like more than 4 months without really trying to draw. It was kind of sad, but I liked the break. I feel that too. So, like, I get the thing where even if I am like on an art break or I'm just not drawing, for a period of time, when it gets to the point where I'm like, huh, I noticed I hadn't drawn in a long while. I'll get like the itch, the antsiness of like, ooh, I want to draw, and then, you know, bada bing, bada boom, you draw the most beautiful stick figure guy in the world. Ooh, Pikmin 4 has Pikmin 2 fan service. And nods to 3 as well. That's very good. Oh, Pira, honestly, the amount of anxiety I get for being irrelevant as some of my tweets went off in the past, it was so cathartic to wind back on how much I post on the whole as I can. Yeah, like now I go through a long time before I post. I used to post like every day, every other day, and now it's like maybe I'll post once a month or once 2 months. It depends if I have that art juice and art time, all that time, blah blah, to create and share. I'm just like, I'll do it when I do it. I'm in the fortunate position that I don't rely on social media for my living or income, so I don't need the algorithm to be exactly serving my needs. But I know it's not a lot of artists have that luxury. Oh, Nui. Also, apologies for me taking a little bit of time getting to the chat here. But yeah, Nui says, fun fact about Pikmin 4. The characters are loosely named after dog breeds, like Schnoz is Schnauzer, Chowder is Chow Chow, Petunia is Pitts. That is so cute. That is so cute. I love that. Ooh, Urchin had a thought while listening to music and seeing some cool lanolin and her wisp art. Would be, oh, a rhythm wisp would be a good dancer since it knows rhythm so well. Absolutely, which, I love that we have a really cool sheep character in the IDW comics. And I love that she has her own musical wisp. That is so good. She's so cool. And I love sheep. Sheep are kind of like my animal, because I used to have, I have like floofy curly hair, but I used to have like gigantic hair like a lion's mane. I love sheep. Aloda, I hope you realize the irony, and which I'm sure you do, but sheep are kind of goated. Ooh, Pira, if I want a break from drawing but still want something creative, I like messing with needle felting or cross stitch as placeholders, or even a mindless craft kit like diamond dot paintings. Yeah, that's fun. That's the other thing. If you draw a lot, or like your work is drawing, sometimes having a different creative outlet is not sometimes, it is advisable to kind of have something else where you can be like creative outside of just drawing. So you're not, because like, also don't tie your self-worth to purely drawing. Maybe you like writing, maybe you like making music, maybe you like carving wood or playing music. Just something different. It's good to have a little bit of variety. so sassy, this guy. These gigantic keys. What if he has, like, the Keyblade? Okay, that's a secret between all y'all. This one. This one. This one. That one's the Keyblade. Okay? It's our secret. Shh. I barely post my art outside of Discord servers with my friends. It never really gets attention, which makes me really sad because I want to at least someone outside see my art. Used to worry me way more, but I'm just feeling tad sad yet. I'm way more chill with it. Yeah, everybody gets that at first, you know, which is, it's very hard, especially like beginning artists, like sharing their art online. It's nice to have validation from strangers, but you cannot tie your value to numbers. Your worth as a human is not with how many likes or notes or tags or whatever. Just notifications you get off a post. Because, you know, a lot of times it's luck, it's right time, right place. Obviously, like, you know, fan art will generally always get more attention than original art. But, like, if you want to do original art, do what makes you happy, you know? And it's really tough, too, because a lot of people want, like, every artist falls into the trap of comparing themselves. You can't do that to yourself. And I'm guilty of it, too. And I'm guilty of it still to this day. But, you know, you have to take a step back and be like, you know what, sharing it with my friends, that is, like, enough and fun. Or, like, honestly, the main thing is, like, was I happy making this? Did this spark the joy to me? And if that's a yes, then heck yeah. Time well spent. There we go. There's our beautiful boys. In all caps, please type panic dance. Yeah. Ooh, Urchin, if I like sheep, check out my friend MV. She does really cool art. It's on Twitter and the AWS. I think I know who that is. I believe so. It's been a hot minute. Oh, and Dan, you've also been dealing with art block. Oh well, I'm glad these tips have been helpful. I'm glad. I wanna give, just honestly, just like Charles Martinet, I wanna give good vibes out to the world as well. Ooh, go. If you're not drawing, I'm working on a video or streaming, as they're my other creative outlets. Nice. Yeah. No Reddit gold from a kind stranger. Oh, don't worry, Nui. I also don't use Reddit, but I appreciate it. Thank you. There we go. I did it. I got the guy. Oh. Mochi is napping on my foot. She's I'm wearing like a little blanket, and she loves napping on the blanket. I love Mochi so much. That's another thing that has changed. Mochi is my official ESA, my emotional support animal. That's another fun change that happened over this past year. There we go, and there's a beautiful Bailey. It's like, look at, so this is like an example of like, this is still a little bit, well, not that messy. It's not that messy really of a drawing, but like it's a tighter sketch compared, hello friend, a tighter sketch compared to like how messy I'm like just trying to figure out, but trying to get the general shape of this guy. And then, whoopah. Cleaned out. Honestly, it could be inked if I like erase even more. But sometimes there are drawings where I enjoyed the drawing process so much of just sketching it. I want to draw it again, and so I ink it. Just cause like, oh, I love me good shapes. Like, yum yum yum. Give me the tasty shapes. Alright, I think we're gonna do shadow next. Yeah. Yeah, as long as I didn't have to fight for my life for a drawing because the app is refusing to work, plus my thumb hurts from drawing. Oh, you're a phone artist too. Man, that's incredible. Props to you. And I'm happy with the drawing. Yeah. And Clay is slowly getting back into the swing of things for drawing. Any advice on time blocking draw time within a busy schedule? Example, I have a workday job and usually free after work and flexible. Okay, so that honestly, like right now for me, I have a 9 to 5. And then when I get home, I have like an hour to myself to like mentally reset. And then I used to do... honestly, this is why I don't really have a consistent day for doing art streams. It's kind of just like whenever. I tried to do Thursdays, but then Thursdays kept like events kept happening and such. Or like, oh, want to hang out with friends, do this or that. And so now it's just kind of like, oh, whenever I want to do or feel like it, or if I have a drawing in mind. When I get a commission and I have permission to stream the commission process, I think those are fun art streams. And then I'll like just decide a day on that week. But generally, I think like, so you have your 9 to 5 example, get home, have dinner, reset for a bit, and then like just carve out a couple hours to yourself before bed where you're like, okay, now I want to focus and draw on the thing. Does that make sense? You kind of like, because I'm very much like a planning type of person. I like to plan ahead, but also have like backups. So like, oh, I wanted to draw like tonight, but something came up, or my body just cannot. Then it's no big deal. Also, don't like beat yourself up for it. Just, just stuff happens, and you can try it either the next day if you have some free time as well, or at least be like, my goal for this week is to have at least one evening where I draw. And if you do that, great. Kind of like small goals for yourself, like low stakes, but still celebrate when you do the thing. Yeah. Yeah, especially for spare time if you have short breaks. So like, oh, like I only have like 1 hour to do the thing. I will this hour from this time to this time after dinner or something. Boom. That's you time. Yeah. Ooh, Weedy used to do a lot of Don't Starve art back in the day, like drawing other characters in style similar to Tony J. Nice. Yeah, and draw what inspires you too. What do you want to draw? Like, I love drawing a bunch of fan art. I also love drawing my friends' OCs and my OCs, and yeah. Also, Val, thank you. You a real one. Oh, whenever Dia draws on their phone, I need to prepare myself for my IBIS paint to crash 50 times on a roll. Oh no, that sounds miserable. Goodness, I can barely handle like clip crashing, if at all. Which also, hey, reminder, save your work. Are you working on something right now? Maybe save your work. Back up your files. Did you take your medicine today? Did you do any laundry or take your laundry out? Did you take the trash out? Yeah. Oh yeah, Clay, and it's good to schedule as well, like taking care of health and sleep. Like I've kind of set myself up as a routine. Again, I'm a very I like to follow a routine and a schedule. So it's like, okay, morning, have my breakfast, 9 to 5, I do my work. Then I come home, hour reset, dinner, and then the hours afterwards, I'm like, okay, from this to this time. So like for me, I get ready for bed at around like midnight or so. I should go to bed sooner, but I have a short commute. I can sleep in a little bit. But yeah, when it's just kind of like, okay, this is kind of the cutoff point. Sometimes I push it because we're human. Sometimes you get into a drawing, but other times you're like, no, I gotta go. It's hard, especially in adulthood. It is very hard, that work-life balance. Yeah, because there are definitely going to be some days where you're way more quote-unquote productive or having more fun than others. But, you know, you take it day by day. Yeah. Val, you gotta save your sewing. Are you working on some sewing right now? Well, reminder to save your work. And yes, Clay, sleep is better. I do get like at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night. Again, there are days where I get caught up in like, ooh, I'm in a drawing groove, or I am way into Tears of the Kingdom, which I got all the shrines in Tears of the Kingdom, woo, and now I'm stalling and like, well, I guess I'll upgrade a lot of my armor now, and so just going like material hunting. So like, uh-oh, I went to bed at like 1 instead of like 12:30 or something. Let's see. What do I want? So I think we want to do I want to do Shadow. Susie suggested Shadow. We gotta manifest Sonic Movie 3 trailer soon. Which, oh wait, no, hang on. I actually have an idea. Oh no, Dia, you bit your phone out of rage because the app refused to stop crashing. That sucks. It wasn't too strong of a pipe. Oh no, oh no, you're just like, stop crashing. That sucks. I can't stand it when technology doesn't work. Oh, Val, you're planning your next few patterns. Okay, well, save your patterns. Whatever that means to you. Save your patterns. Ooh, Susie, you upgraded your Fierce Deity armor? Nice. Extremely nice. I'm working on upgrading the armor you get for getting all the shrines. I don't want to spoil it. Well, I guess I spoiled it by saying, hey, you get armor for getting all the shrines. But, I won't say what it is, because I really liked it. Huda Mac. Yeah, work-life balance is key. Like, I would think of many art ideas throughout the day, and sometimes I get into the piece, but then gotta know when to stop for now. Plus, minimizing distractions to make sure I don't miss sleep. Yeah, for sure. That is the true struggle. Another thing I super definitely suffer from is, like, I'll be, like, daydreaming or imagining, like, oh man, if I, like, when I get home and I'm able to, like, draw and focus this piece, it's gonna be great. And then I actually get to it. Like, okay, now I have the opportunity to draw and do the thing. And then it's like paralyzed by choice. And it's kind of like, oh no. I chose a weird angle to do this. Yeah, this one wasn't so bad. No. We have technology. Yeah. Love this little dog in the corner watching. Yeah, that's Cookie, our greyhound. She is a beautiful, wonderful girl. Super precious, and also a tripod. Yeah. Oh man, Urchin, a long while ago, you nearly broke something if tech wasn't working. And yes, Susie, there is armor. I honestly, I recommend you get it. I made this too. For a while, I drew like shadows, like middle spike way too long. Do you guys prefer Sonic with long quills or short quills? I feel pretty neutral. Yeah, once you get the drawing, finally get to the drawing, your brain just melts into a little goop and gives up. And it's tough fighting that too. In those cases, sometimes I try to give myself a little push, and then it's just like, ugh. Or sometimes like just scared. I'm just like, oh my gosh. Sometimes I get scared entering a drawing like, can I really just do this? I don't know if it's like, am I ready for this or am I even good enough for this? But it's like, you should still try. Don't hold yourself back. You can do it. And I still struggle with that. I give myself very good advice, but I very seldom follow it. But I should follow it too, because you can do what you need to do. You can draw the thing, you can make the thing, you can create the thing. It's just brains are so mean, aren't they? They love you and want to take care of you, but then are also like, huh, but what if you're really sad? And it's like, can you not, Mr. Brain? Them brain, this Miss Brain. Yeah. I'm drawing a sad Sonic. Oh, no, yeah. It's very fitting. No, it's just Shadow. I don't wanna be sad. Don't wanna be sad. Also, yeah, Weedy's saying when I have the idea I want to do, I get super energized, but I have to do chores. Then after you do the chores, you've lost the motivation. Oh yeah, losing that motivation and like the energy, the momentum sucks. Is what I want to do and the rush to do it. Yeah, it's hard fighting that. And actually, in terms of like, so yeah, this is Shadow. This is a callback to a stream, one of my very early streams of streaming Project 06, the Shadow update, where there's a level where you control Shadow piloting a hang glider, like jet thing, and I crashed it into like some pagoda, and it cracked me up so much. And so it's just like, this is Shadow, like, just crashed. So all silver, I'm sorry you have a bad anxiety day. I am happy though that I can help chill you out, get some good sunny vibes. Yeah. Mr. Brain making me get mad at little things. And then making me completely oblivious to anything happening, making me the calmest person in the world. That's a whole other mood. For sure. Brains are funny things. And of course, never be afraid to ask for help if you need it. Because you deserve to be here. You deserve to exist, and you deserve to be happy. Mr. Brain and the mean old world can pick rocks. You're still here. Make the world better with your presence. Ooh, favorite VA for Shadow is Jason Griffith. I would love to meet him. Like I said, in Sonic Prime, they have a different Shadow voice for him, and I much prefer him compared to the Shadow we've had for like the aughts and such. Along with, like, in my opinion, a butcher of his character. But, you know, no knocking on the actual, like, voice actor. He was really good for what he did, but it just didn't, like, vibe with me. Jason Griffith is just so iconic to me as Shadow. He will always be Shadow, and that's another reason why I'm so curious about friggin' what are they gonna do with Shadow's voice in Sonic Movie 3? I don't know. What am I doing here? Why did I do that? I guess I just wanted to do that. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. What even is it? All right, it's the broken jet. I don't know. Oh, did the music stop? Oop. No, no, you don't say that. I'm afraid. Oh no, Susie! Mr. Brain, don't give headaches! Why? No! Aw, Pyrrha. It's been nice catching the stream and chill. Mutual mood with antsy kind of vibes today. Aw. Sorry for the antsiness, but you got this, Pyrrha. You got this. You're gonna survive this week. You're gonna do great. I'm glad y'all enjoying the chill, sunny vibes. Yeah, and if you're struggling with really bad anxiety, it's okay. I do hope you get better. I hope you take the time to treat yourself, take care of yourself. Did you have some water? Did you take your medicine? Did you talk to someone? Do something nice for you. And again, don't be afraid to ask for help. Seeing someone like a therapist, a specialist. No shame whatsoever. The jet even caught on fire in in my playthrough. It like crashed it so bad. He has like a communicator in his like wrist or something. Yeah. After saying Peacemaker, I think John Cena could work as Shadow. Oddly, really interesting. It'd be a good contrast with movie Sonic, definitely. Yeah, because like Knuckles, like game Knuckles, like he has a deep voice, but it's not like Idris Elba deep. But it really worked for movie Knuckles' character, so I'd have to listen to John Cena again. Need to example. I'm just like, I just adore Jason Griffith's voice. Jet from Sonic Riders will be voiced by John Oliver. Source, dude, trust me. I love those kind of memes. Yeah. Cena is surprisingly versatile. He was, I tend to get my wrestler actors confused, but he was Maui from Moana, right? Okay, it was The Rock who was Maui. Okay, see, I get them confused. Also, go ahead into bed. Well, thank you so much for hanging out. I hope you have a wonderful sleep, and I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for hanging out. Really appreciate it. Voice actors? What's your favorite voice actor? Oh, Nui, you were surprised Dwayne Johnson. Oh yeah, Dwayne The Rock Johnson wasn't Knuckles. Yeah. I could totally see him as Knuckles, but I'm really glad they went with Idris. Rock the Dwayne Johnson. I love little bits like that. Rodrigo Sousa has released a Patreon. I'm really excited for his Playground POC becoming a series. Ooh, I'm not familiar with that. I actually don't really know how to draw Omega from memory. Susie, I would pick Jason Griffith. Tom Holland is Black Doom. Oh no. And to answer Dia's question about my favorite voice actor, honestly, like J.K. Simmons is my first top pick because I love him so much in Portal 2 as Cave Johnson. I love him as Klaus, who's Santa. Well, he's Klaus in Klaus. Very good. He's also pretty versatile. It's this very similar voice, but the range of the personality of the character I think is extremely cool and good. And just really entertaining. Oh, but I also love Jack McBrayer. Wander from Wander Over Yonder. He's Kenneth in 30 Rock. He's Fix-It Felix Jr. in Wreck-It Ralph. Yeah, let me go look at Omega real quick. Oh, I'm actually not that far off. I'm glad we got to see Team Dark back in IDW. Slowly shifting into restoring Shadow his former glory. Go. Ooh, Silver's favorite VA is probably Tom Kenny. Just being able to pick him out is fun. Newer one is Zeno Robinson, Hunter from the Owl House. Oh, he was great. I loved Owl House. Go from Pokemon Journeys. I haven't seen Pokemon's Journeys. Good. Susie, let me have this. Let me have my game choices. Also, Sugar has hopped in. Hello, Sugar. She's on my desk now. Yeah. Oh, dear. Gotta leave. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. It was so lovely having you. I'm glad you can join us. I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. Yeah. You have a good night, afternoon, day yourself. Take care. They're acknowledging Boop Bat. Nui is the... No, it's not Ghost Trick doing Pizza Tower pose. You're not far off. It's Mr. Ghost Trick doing... Hang on. Awoomy! Doing the Sonic Adventure pose, which actually Pizza Tower is the one doing the Sonic Adventure. Is doing the ode to Sonic Adventure. Yay! And Weedy, thank you so much for stopping by as well. Wonderful to have you. Thank you. Oh wait, I thought you were leaving. You mean your cat is in her igloo. I was like, wait, why are you going into an igloo? Woomy woomy. Yeah. Fun stuff. Yeah. Alrighty, so I think I'm just gonna doodle one last thing. It do be getting a little bit late, which, by the way, thank you all so much for chilling and hanging out. I do really enjoy the art streams. They tend to be, like, you know, quieter, a bit slower. It's hard to, like, do stuff during the week just by the nature of like, work. Whereas, like, oh, Sunday I have, like, a whole, like, weekend and such. But then... But then, like, you know, while I have the weekend to do stuff, but, like, I don't want to stream on Saturday as well. Like, I tend to, like, I want to stream at least one day of the weekend, and, you know, I'm a Sunny, so I do Sunny Sundays. But I don't really want to do Saturdays, just because I still want to have the weekend for me, and also I tend to be very busy in terms of, like, a social butterflying. But then during the week, it's hard with, like, a 9 to 5, and sometimes I have the energy, and sometimes I don't. And, you know, also, like, less people tend to be, like, up and about, just through the nature of, like, they also have, like, maybe college, or work, or other school stuff, or job stuff, and so it's, like, everyone feels just, like, dead tired, or busy, but I also really like the chill nature of, like, an evening art stream. Thank you all so much for chilling out. Yeah. And this has just been a very, like, none of these drawings were really planned. Honestly, the only main ones I had, like, planned was kind of like Mr. Ghost Trick and Cream and Klonoa. Everything else has kind of been just, like, off the cuff. Oh, okay, I'll do a quick Ozzie. Cheryl's croissant to sleep. That's an excellent way to describe a cat. My cats turn into loaves of bread. So, aw, Clay, I'm glad you like the chill streams. It means a lot. I know I'm not like the biggest stream ever, and that's not really my goal. I just kind of like, I want to. It's like a time capsule. I'm recording my experience in time and trying to share positivity and good sunny vibes. And like, I'm so thankful for y'all. Y'all have been delightful, and I feel like I've gotten like a nice little sweet community. You don't have to be like the biggest thing in the world. Like, in just a year, I've already come so far. And I still have a lot to learn again. Always learning. I'm not perfect. But, you know, we really need to bring back the whole, like, Miss Frizzle advice of, like, take chances, make mistakes, and get messy. If it wasn't from the mistakes I've made in this year of streaming, I wouldn't have improved. Yeah. Yeah, you mean movie Sonic, Ozzie, right? Oh, you have a day for 96 and it was on a day for, you know, I really enjoy it, but I was dying at the end of it. Oh no! Val, you're awesome. Actually, maybe this is a very, like, energetic Ozzie. Honestly, I think I need to chill him out because he's like old. They all do him in the. They're playing baseball. Yeah, Miss Frizzle is great. If I have a teacher and an elder god in a human disguise. Aw, Weedy, no worries. Work takes a lot, you know. That's why, like, with my 9 to 5, like, taking the hour, and honestly, it's been like an hour and a half when I come home from work to just, like, chill and just... I lie down on my bed and I'm just vibing. Sometimes I even, like, take a nap. Honestly, as an adult, taking a nap is great. We never should have gotten rid of nap time. Oh, Urchin, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. It means a lot. I guess another funny kind of thing that I started streaming, like some of the vibes that I just want to put out into the world, is that I remember I want to make, you know, good vibes, good memories and such. Just because, like, I remember being a little baby child and my mom, like, reading me books, and she would do, like, little sweet voices for, like, the characters in these little children books that she would read to me. And I just felt so safe and so happy from that. So, like, honestly, when I end up playing games where I have to, like, read a lot of character voices and stuff, and I know I'm not like a professional voice actor. It's not like the best voices ever, but still, I love putting on a silly little voice, a little goofy or even like a silly serious or something. Just like a vibes like I'm reading a story to people to hopefully give some comfort and good vibes to them as well. Ooh, Silver has a banger of a line from a Toho comment thread. Capitalism is a thought-terminating cliche that cannot fathom people valuing things other than monetary growth and actively seeks to harm those who do. Oh, yes, preach. That is it. Making cool things just because is so hard these days. And that's why it's important to take time and just create for yourself. You truly lose when you give up. And that's why you should keep going. I know it can be really, really hard, but it's worth it. It's worth it to live. It's worth it to create. I got a cool Ozzie. Yeah, Susie, we need nap time now more than ever. Ooh, Weedy, that might be something to check. Sleep in excessive amounts. Could be hypersomniac. Oh, you meant Australian type Aussie, which translated into my sonic brain, rotting brain means only one character that's being marine, but Aussie is great. You... Oh no! I'm sorry, Urchin. I am but a silly American. I could do a marine real quick. Because they're both Aussie, that's for sure. I have been meaning to draw marine actually. I really enjoyed playing the Sonic Rush games. I had already loved whatchamacallit, Blaze. Sorry, now I'm getting like late brain rot. I already loved like Blaze the cat as a character, but seeing the like playing Sonic Rush, the games where she came from, it just made me love her more. Maybe for the future, just straight up say Marine. Because after Sonic 2, the movie, I associate Ozzie with, you know, the dog Ozzie. Oh man, it's hard. Sonic Rush and Sonic Rush Adventure are both really good games. I feel like a lot of people I think like Rush Adventure more just because there's more like character interactions. Also, you can play as Blaze the entire time to beat the game. Okay, I thought I could do it from memory, but I need to look at reference real quick. Look, they're both purple cats. I still think Big is Blaze's grandfather. Maybe. I don't know. There's some time BS going on. Oh, yeah. The bleaching of the barrier reef sucks. Yeah. I was very fortunate to snorkel in a time where the reef was still pretty colorful. But you could see that it was dying, and that sucks. Here we go. Let's get the Goyle over here. And I've never visited the barrier reef. I mean, more specifically. Whoa, Marine, chill out. She's like, why was this image gigantic? Okay, I wasn't too far off with her actually. This is a marine stream now. She is so cute. I want her to come back. I love that she's Blaze's like friend. She's so cute. Marine has appeared very briefly in the comics. I think it was one of the annuals, like their little fun like summer story little thing. While Blaze is in Sonic's dimension, she's guarding the Soul Emeralds. And she is very proud of Blaze for taking a gosh dang vacation. But it would be nice to have her come back in the games. Maybe she's like grown and matured since they last saw her. Man, I just want Sonic's friends back. Yeah. Also, no Ozzie's setting in a game yet. We need more Ozzie rep. I mean, if you count the Soul Dimension, Marine is literally Australian coded. I did like when I streamed the Rush games, I did like the worst British Australian voice for her, but she's so much fun. She's delightful. She's so cute. Yeah, she has a really fun design too. She's a little raccoon. She's a sea raccoon. Little raccoon. And she's like peppy, she's energetic, and she's basically like she's Tails' equivalent, because you know Blaze is Sonic's parallel. And so Marine is actually like Tails' parallel. A little bit younger, a little bit more peppy and energetic, but she's like great with machines. Got weird shoes. I want to play as the friend so bad. Yeah. I would love to see Marine interact with Shadow. That would be very good. I can bet ya if Marine had a future design, she'd have a big-ass pirate hat. Yes. Absolutely. They destroyed all the pirates in their world, and so now they just wear them. Wear their gear. How did I make this? Oh wait, no. Like that exit. Oh, get back here, mouse. Yeah. You don't really hear Marine in the accent, even though she says slang like struth and crikey. Crikey, Sonic. Oh. Oh, thank you, Silver. I will get hydration. Oh, gonna go crash? Thank you so much for the hydrate. Make sure you drink some water yourself, and I hope you have a wonderful night. Sleep well. Weedy, I agree and I see that. She does have a little bit more charmy vibes than Tails. The reason why, like, one, she's like a good ship mechanic, and also like she has pigtails, which people are like, oh my gosh, she has 2 pigtails. Ooh, thank you for the bonk, urchin. I'm not shrimping. Ooh, and let's get a stretch. Ugh. Ugh. Ooh yeah. Oh. I'm really happy I played the Rush games. Because that just introduced me to Marine, and she is delightful. And again, it's nice that they're in the comics. She's like appeared in the comics, but I hope they come back. Alrighty. You can kind of tell when I started the stream, like, oh, I made them nice, big, and gigantic, and then try to fill in all the gaps here. Yeah. Well, this was wonderful. Look at all the drawings you doodled. Yes, dude. Wow. Oh man, a lot of fun games. I'm so happy. I'm so happy I played all the games that I played. A wooey. Nice. Ah. Oh yeah, Muna. It is time for bed. I'm actually gonna be heading out myself as well. Thank you. Oh, and you have, yeah, go to bed. You gotta work at 6 in the morning. Go to sleep. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Yeah. Ah, alrighty. And honestly, I should get myself to bed as well. Oh, whoa. Whoa, Susie, you made it to level 999 in Salmon Run? Of course, Muna helped. Yeah, that's awesome. Congratulations, Susie. Heck yeah. Alright, let's save our work. Reminder to save your work. Get some water. All this stuff. And you know what? Let's get some sleep. Yeah, Morgana, go to bed. Go to bed. Ah, you did like 2 things today. Go to bed. Nice. Baby's first 999 badge. Congratulations. I know you guys like fight hard in Salmon Run. Heck yeah. Well, this was a wonderful art stream. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. I knew I wasn't going to draw every single game that I streamed, and but I'm glad I drew what I drew tonight. So much fun. And I guess I didn't really reminisce as much as I thought I would. I think that was more during the Sonic Advance stream from yesterday. But yeah, like, it was like technical difficulties early on. I feel like I've improved a lot, and I hope and plan to keep improving in the future. And thank you so much, everyone, for joining me on my journey. And for following or subscribing or just lurking or VOD watching, all that good stuff. Thank you so much. It really means a lot. I never thought this is where I would be in a year. You never know where you're gonna be in 1 year, and I'm really happy to be here. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, of course, Clay, and like, thank you all so much for vibing with the art streams. Yeah, I'm always happy to give as much like advice as I can, and you know, take any advice with a grain of salt. But I'm always happy to share my experiences and what like has worked and what hasn't worked, what I'm not sure of, what I feel like what works for me might not work for you. Who knows? We all live and learn. Yeah, and thank you so much. I hope all of y'all have a wonderful nighty night or a wonderful day. I'm gonna do my best to put a poll for tomorrow on my community YouTube page to vote for the next game I'm gonna play this coming sunny Sunday. But in the meantime, thank you for joining me on this Moony Monday. And 1 year! 1 year! Let's go, and cheers to another year ahead! Alright, well, y'all take care. Thank you so much again. Get some good sleep. Get a good day. I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. Take care of yourselves, y'all. And I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye!